This plaque is one of the lesser known features of the mighty Pontcysyllte Aqueduct that stretches right up into the sky and of course across the valley as well. Now, what does that plaque actually say while we're here? Well, I'll be honest, I was hoping that I was going to be able to wade out across and give you a close-up view and read it out to you here and now. However, believe it or not, because it's been such a wet summer, the water level now is multiple feet higher than it was when I was last here at the beginning of the summer. So a lot of this area that was above the surface level has now been submerged, and this looks like just a little bit more flow and depth than I'm comfortable to wade out into. So what does it actually say? Well, luckily I got a close-up picture when I was here previously, and all I'll say is brace yourself for the most in character and of its time thing you can imagine. The nobility and gentry, the adjacent counties having united their efforts with the great commercial interests of this country in creating an intercourse and union between England and North Wales by a navigable communication of the three rivers, Severn, Dee and Mersey, for the mutual benefit of agriculture and trades, caused the first stone of this aqueduct at Pontcysyllte to be laid on the 25th day of July 1795. When Richard Middleton of Chirk Esquire MP, one of the original patrons of the Ellesmere Canal, was lord of this manor, and in the reign of our sovereign George III, when the equity of the laws and the security of property promoted the general welfare of the nation, while the arts and sciences flourished by his patronage, and the conduct of civil life was improved by his example. So yes, that's a very big pat on the back. So, why is this plaque so relatively unknown when it is literally built into one of the biggest tourist attractions for miles around? Both figuratively and literally speaking there, of course. Well, basically it's because it's on the boring side of the river. Now, of course, I don't call it the boring side of the river. I love it over here because nobody comes here compared to the other side, so it's always a very peaceful place to be. However, if you're coming here for tourism reasons or to see the aqueduct, etc., you're more than likely going to want to be on the other side, where you've got the Trevor Basin that often has loads of holiday boats coming and going, and the aqueduct trip boat and things like that. And of course the wonderful Team Country Park, which is also on the other side, which you can literally walk from the aqueduct through the country park over to the viaduct that also crosses the river. Just wonderful, fantastic features to go and look at. So, of course, this being an aqueduct crossing the valley, it also means that to get to this side, not only are you going, oh, let's go over to there where there's nothing really on the map, but it also means you've got to come down the valley and walk back up it, which, depending on what you're doing, having a leisurely day out, it might not necessarily be the sort of incline that you particularly want to do for fun. Just to highlight what I mean about why people don't tend to go to the other side. So here you've got your proper staircase down from the Trevor Basin. If we move the camera around, you'll see that then follows a nice, sensibly surfaced wide path into the Team Country Park vicinity. Of course, pretty much as soon as you're at the bottom of those steps, you're being presented with these absolutely exquisite river and aqueduct views. Of course, all the while, most people not realising that there's the hidden plaque on the back of that column. Of course, if you start off by walking through Team you'll probably be amazed and see some of these beautiful little places where the river opens up at the side of the path. And then you might look across to the far side where the plaque is, and well, see something like that. And that, my friends, is a quick look at the hidden plaque that tens of thousands of visitors a year don't even know exists. And in fact, it took me some considerable amount of time to discover it, and that's just because I'm so nosy. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, my friends. I hope you've enjoyed this little rural ramble, and until the next time, if you're really curious and want to help me out, please consider checking out my short boat life books available for the Kindle and as a paperback. And well, check out the links in the description to find me posting all sorts of canal and outdoorsy stuff all over the internet. Until the next time, my friends, have a fantastic day, keep it interesting, keep it boat worthy, and of course, my friends, farewell.